Mahima Singh talks about an apology which came in from Indira Gandhi, and the wording of the apology is something that I found very interesting. Mrs. Gandhi said the situation just before the imposition of emergency was very grave and the very survival of the nation was threatened. The agitations of different political parties were then being taken to the streets, and there was a clear confrontation with the elected government, describing the emergency as a dose of medicine to cure the disease. She said, no doubt, it was not palatable. Is this how we describe the suspension of the Constitution?
Well, to rub the salt in, the 39th Amendment that came in after the defeat, after the Allahabad High Court judgment was clearly indicative of what they meant and what they did. The power of the court to examine an electoral petition of the Prime Minister was by the 39th Amendment withdrawn. The courts had no more power to look into an electoral indiscipline or whatever you call it, corrupted practices of the Prime Minister. That particular amendment was rushed through both houses of Parliament and rushed through the various states. That is the litmus test of what all they will do to, fix the Constitution. 80 times, Anushuman, they have amended the Constitution. And 2 times they have bought words like one was secular and socialist, when all the opposition parties were in jail. It's a known fact what they did during the emergency, and our spokesmen have all spoken about it. But I want to bring you closer to the Sonia Gandhi period. It's not much talked about, but the reality is she set up a committee called NAC, out of which the present government has brought out 710 files, which talks about backroom driving, backseat driving, and the issues that they were dealing with, influencing government policy, disinvestment, coal and power, real estate, and what have you. There is no accountability for this committee. And yet, they were running a government and nobody is bothered. Nobody is bothered because this is not the constitutional position of India. They have not bothered. The NAC was running the government, which was not sworn in. This is the kind of treatment the Constitution received. Every constitutional institution has been defamed by them. Be it the Election Commission, you name the constitutional bodies, they have all been defamed by these congressmen because it doesn't suit their, the kind of, the artillery they have fired against the Prime Minister, the language they have used, hate speech. They talk about free speech. Hate speech is the order of the day. Every Congress leader abuses the Prime Minister of this country and what have you. And this is the constitutional positions that these people withhold. And let me tell you something on the Constitution itself. Huge speech has been made about Manipur. Let me tell her that Manipur was discussed in Parliament and the leader of the House walked out.
After much strife.
But the discussion was there, you were not there. So if you are not there, what are we supposed to do? You talk about Manipur, tell me something about Rajasthan, where women are unsafe. Talk to me about the Chhattisgarh, the kind of corruption that we are facing.
See, Tom Vadakkan, I think what tends to happen here is that
then it's
a clash of whataboutery.